How's it going, YouTube? It's going to be Donnie coming to you from my Solid Japan Pinku Style podcast. Sorry, my mind is blank because it's 1 a.m., but it's worth the time because I'm speaking to a very, very cool guest. You have Toshiki Yoshioka here. For the guys who have been following Drifter for a long time, you know who Yoshioka-san is. For the new people, we're going to talk about Yoshioka's life a little bit coming up in drifting and things like that. So, Yoshioka-san, thank you for being on the podcast. How's everything going today?
Good. So yeah, I'm here. I'm joining from Michigan
Mm-hmm.
here to discuss. So the totally opposite side of you now in
Yeah.
Hachinohe.
Mm.
Hachinohe, you're Hachinohe?
Misawa.
Misawa. Okay.
So we changed places. I've been living in Japan for 14 years, almost 15 years now. So Yoshioka, when did you leave Japan to go to America? Well, live there permanently.
So I moved here back in the 2008.
Oh.
That was the first time for the drifting. Then now I just retired drifting since 2014. And now I just became a regular guy in the US like a country boy now.
あと日本語大丈夫? You still speaking Japanese?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so I figure you living there for a long time. So me, watashi no Nihongo skoshi. So I'm studying. I have 5 kids. My wife's Japanese, so my kids are now speaking Japanese. They go to Japanese hoiken. Now they speak in Cho Japanese, and I'm like, wakarinai. I don't know. So I really have to study Japanese. But yeah, again, it's good to talk to you because we of course I started drifting around 2000, 2001, and of course you were drifting way before that, and of course yourself and many of the other D1 greats back in the day were the first videos I've seen. Of course, Ueda-san, Arito, all those guys in Hachiroku. So always seen that. So, and you said 2008. So you, what month? Over like what month did you go to the States? 2008.
I don't really remember, but it's summertime. Summertime.
So probably saying, so I remember I came to Japan August 1, 2008 is my first day in Japan.
Okay.
So maybe we crossed the same time, like we were maybe airport, because I flew from Dulles airport, East Coast, all the way to Narita. So one flight and everything. So and yeah, it seems like a long time. So I see your video. You're doing Pikes Peak in the States, FD, and it was just a lot of time there. So right now, so what you're working in America, you're working for Toyota, correct?
Yes, correct.
So what do you do there at your job there at Toyota now?
I'm a supervisor for the engine dynamometer testing.
For like street cars or like a racing car, or what kind of engine?
It's a regular vehicle engines, not race, nothing fancy. It's for the production.
So good. Yeah, I see it, and I know now. Like, I mean, the news, with the GR86, and I guess many people having some engine problems because of the. Some people, buy the car and they think, because it's new, they can race it really hard from the factory because they've seen a drift video. So yeah, it's unfortunately with motorsports, a lot of people now with motorsports, a lot of young people, they think if you spend a lot of money, it's not going to break. It's still going to break. So yeah. So Yoshioka-san, when did you? So you said when was your last professional drift event? Do you remember what year?
The 2014, I dropped the Apex, the SC 430 in the Arlington, California.
Hi.
That was my last race.
And when was the last time you drifting?
After that,
yeah.
I think that was the last one.
Really?
After that, I don't really. I haven't had a chance to do the drifting.
Yeah. Wow, that's that's a long time. So
It's
and
very very long time.
yeah, a long time. So do you remember your very first the year? What was your very first drift competition like here in Japan? When was the first time you compete in drifting?
Oh, it was the first time the competition was in the local
Oh.
event.
Mm.
So in the Bihoku.
Bihoku, right.
Yeah. So I don't remember what year. It was the other 1998 or yeah, 1998. I think it was the 1998.
And you were driving a Hachiroku?
No, it is Hachiroku, correct.
Mm-hmm. It's a long time. You speak in 98. So your first event was 98. I didn't start
Yeah.
liking cars until 97. I was playing Gran Turismo 1. My family wasn't, car people, so I see Fast and Gran Turismo 1, then I played it a lot, then they had a drift mode, and then 2000 was Fast and Furious 1 came out, and then I met a bunch of racing people. So we was doing, Hashiriya Toge, back when I was younger, then, too many people getting in trouble with the police and everything. So, in 2000, I think for me, 2006 was like my first time on a racing track. And since then, no more street racing. So, yeah, it's that. So one thing that I really want to talk to you about, because we messaged before, and I have your Apex, your Hachiroku is right here, or you see the picture. So so right out front of me right now, your car is on my container, sitting there.
Right.
So
yeah.
That car, when was the last time you drive that Hachiroku, the Corolla out there?
This one. This picture, my background is the other took from 2005.
Right.
When I won at the D1GP in the Kyushu Auto Paris. So you can see the bunch of the duct tapes around the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the car on the container, you still have the same body,
Same body, yeah.
And same body, we fixed it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I got, so of course Robbie Nishida. Robbie had the body, then he sold to another guy, Gene, and then it was maybe 8 p.m. in Japan, and he said, "Do you want this Hachiroku?" He showed me a picture, and he sold for Jumon. So I said, "Jumon, Honto." Then I said, "Okay, I will come there." So I drive from Misawa to Saitama like immediately.
Oh.
And then I picked up. Then that same night I went to pick up the car. Then I took it to I was near Mount Haruna. So for the people who are watching, Mount Haruna is initial D, Mount Akina. So I took your car to Mount Haruna. Here's the video here. This is like 2000, maybe 2014. Yeah. So that's when I picked. Okay. Yeah. So I pick up, then I take your car on a flatbed, Mount Haruna, driving ice, snow. So, yeah, it was crazy. So, that car, was that built by Aka car? Was that built by Drew P as well?
Yes, correct.
So Drew, so it's cool to see Drew P still Hachiroku making, they building them. So would you say all time Hachiroku is your Ichiban favorite car?
Yes, correct. Yeah, that was the Hachiroku is my best favorite car.
Yeah,
I still wanted to have one, but now it's very expensive.
So this is this interview from Rice Boy a long time ago. You got more hair now, so right. It's the same car in the background. So for me, it was cool to see your car, which was underpowered, nitrous, a really built engine, but still, you're going against back during that time, like I think maybe the V8s and everything. I think Hubernet, was he still driving same time?
Yes.
So you're going against V8s and
V8,
V10s and all, and big engines. So how for driving, How would you say compared to driving your Hachiroku in Irwindale in America? How was the comparison, say, to driving in like Otopolis or in Japan circuit? Which was easier for your style of drifting?
I'd say the both not easy.
Mm.
And then, you know, I feel like I was just lucky, you know, not so that at that time the drifting is growing, but like that times they drive the V8 or V10,
right.
I mean, like a muscle car, but there's that times they are still they're I mean they're yeah, so they're that times it's you can see the videos that the V8 this one GTOs, but not makes the so many the smokes compared to now. So that's why I think it's competitive.
Yeah, now
it's
yeah. If you've been watching Pinku style for a bunch on YouTube, you know I've been in Japan for about 16 years. One of the most challenging things when you come to a foreign country is getting control somehow on a local language. That way you can communicate effectively, make more money, do business, and all that stuff like that. When you go to a Japanese, speak to Japanese, you don't read the book. You speak to a person face to face. It's going to be Japan Language Factory, JLF. Run by Terumi Kai. I've been partnered with Terumi Kai for about now 2 months. If you want to go ahead and learn Japanese, definitely get over to JapanLanguageFactory.com. Check out the site, see what they got to offer. You'll get a free consultation when you sign up, and after that, you can kind of determine your program and things like that. If the programming course is 2 months, and what you're going to do is you're going to learn how to effectively communicate using the things that you like to do. For example, if you're into cars, they can talk about cars. If you're into bowling, they can talk about bowling and center your lessons around stuff that you're interested in versus trying to learn about, let's say, banking if you're not into banking. Right? So there's about 2,000 Japanese letters. There's over 500,000 Japanese words and phrases. And if you try to learn all of them at the same time, you're going to spin your wheels. And at the same time, you guys know out there kids, when kids grow up, they speak Japanese. They don't go to school. They just speak Japanese naturally from what they hear. So it is possible for us out there to learn different phrases, learn Japanese properly, and apply yourselves in a fashion that you're actually going to learn Japanese the way you want to learn Japanese. So again, that's going to be JLF. Check them out. You're going to enter code Pinku Style JLF. That's again Pinku Style JLF when you sign up, and that'll help out the podcast, and that'll actually get you learning Japanese quicker. So again, check out JapanLanguageFactor.com. Terumi Kai, and you guys will be learning Japanese in no time. Peace. Yeah, it's now it's like for, because I would, in America we have like, you know, generation of drifting. So you were on a podcast with Benson, and so Benson and all those guys were like in America the first generation of drifting, and then so I was a little bit after Benson. So like 2003 I got my S13. So 2003 is the first time I drift ever. So I'm like kind of the second generation, and now that's still 20, almost 20 years ago. So it's a long time. So I grew up, in drifting. I was watching Drift Babu, Suchiya-san, and now I drift. I drifted all, Maze, Ibisu, all those circuits that were in the video. So to watch the video over 1,000 times and then to drive. So my style now, I'm Sanju Q, my age. So my style is, I don't like really high horsepower. So I just went to Okubuki, and I think maybe I was making maybe 480, 500 PS, but I had power steering issues, so I couldn't finish. But I don't like, I like to drive more with lower power, because to me it's more fun, and I think it shows more skill. So do you keep up with current day Formula Drift, or for you does it seem boring to watch? How's your opinion on that?
So now it's the different, two different type of how different thing to how you enjoy the drifting, right?
Right.
So if you really want it in the competitions, then you have to have a big horsepower, right, and then make the audience happy. But if you want to enjoy yourself, then keep the low horsepower and then save some tires, right?
Yeah.
So they're more like a skill wise. So it depends on what you want.
Yeah.
Then, so to me, it's now for now. If I have a drift car here, then I'll just enjoy, the drifting. I don't need really that much horsepower.
Yeah.
To, the consume the tires every 2 laps. I wanna keep the same tires for maybe a month or something.
Yeah. There's definitely, and that's with tires. Like back when you start drifting, I would say early '90s, late '90s. What was like the tires like? Now it just seems like there's so many tires available. There's all these names that come out like every week. So for us tires, what was the most popular tire back when you started drifting, or was it just any tire you can drift?
That times we use the used tires on the back rear, and the front usually buy a new one.
Right.
So the Advan Nexus, not the Neova. Nexus one was my best one, or M7. But so that's the
the tire tech now is cool because it's the price is a lot lower. Like I'm a dealer for Federal, personally, but I can get all the tires. So now I did that event I did last week. That was my first time doing a pro event in 5 years because after I stopped my business, I couldn't afford to compete and run my business. But now there's Good Ride, there's Valino, there's Zestino, there's all these tires and they high grip. The price is down, but I want to test them all and see what it is. But they seem like the drivers now really changed depending on how many tires they can get for free or the price. So it just seemed like it's good to have a lot of options now and grip. Like back in, again, you mentioned Neova. So back then, that time, the 8005 was really expensive tires, so everybody couldn't afford to front and rear. So now it's cheaper. Now you can get good tires for maybe one tire with Ichiman Sansen, Ichiman Gosen.
Okay.
So it's more cheaper than I think what Neova 808 was almost like Neiman Hassan, about. So everybody who don't understand Japanese, about $290, $280, 1-to-1. So that's all. It's all there. So right now I have a video up now of your driving in Pikes Peak. I'm not sure what car this is. But it's 2000. What car is this you driving? You remember?
This is a S15. This car came from the other Wise Square. It used to be driven by Hiraoka.
Soka. So is this the one that did this car get sold to Matt? Because Matt had his guy Kokujin named Matt Pridmore. Not sure if he buy this car, but yeah, I remember. What color was this car? You remember? White color?
This is the white one.
Oh, hi. I remember. Yeah. So how was for the experience of getting into Pikes Peak? Like, how did you get? Who did you meet to introduce to Pikes Peak, and how was your feeling the first time driving this toge?
So the Pikes Peak was my long wanted to do things in my list, and then I don't know. I just searched the Pikes Peak on the online since I've been watching the other YouTube and then also the video options feature the Pikes Peak back in the in the 90s when Rod Millions drove the other his Celica. Then so I always the Pikes Peak in my mind. Then even though I'm being here for the drifting, so that's how I get into it. Then I searched some their website, then searched some regulations and then stuff, then how to participate this one. Then find out it's not so difficult to participate. Yeah.
So
entry fee was not just not so expensive. It's expensive, but not so crazy expensive. And then I can, drive up to the mountains in 24 hours from the California.
Yeah.
So that's how I, get into it.
Yeah, I never go. I'm from East Coast, America. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. So I never been to California before. I've only been like Texas and Middle. Then I went to Iraq, and then I went to Japan. So yeah, it looks, just watching the video, like, it just looks like you're just going straight up. It's just uphill. Yeah. So see how much power does this car have? You remember? Maybe 400 PS, 500.
Oh, this one made the 550 at the sea level. But the Pikes Peak, the starting point is the 9,000 feet. So already dropped the lots of the power. And then at the summit, it's a 14,000 feet. So I feel the engine makes about maybe 200 horsepower.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So very low.
Yeah, I can imagine. And like, you don't want to boost, I guess you don't want, as a tuner, because I tune here, you don't want to make the boost too high because it really affects the AFR. So the tune is really difficult, because if you tune, that's why I have a lot of customers I tune for. When I say, when you go to Utah or Arizona, you have to kind of get tune revision because fuel is different and air is different. And so it's not, tuning is a Takai, but it's not one time finish. So many of my Gyaksan is maybe average age is maybe 20, 22, 25-year-olds. So kind of skoshi urusai, skoshi. They don't understand is tuning is difficult. So like for the future, Yoshioka-san, like, do you when's the last time you visit Japan?
3 months ago. This April. So after the COVID situations getting in the mild. So I didn't want to take the other quarantine for the 2 weeks. So that's consumed my all my vacation time. So
yeah. So
we were able to visit my family and then my wife's family in Okinawa.
So Okinawa, that's what I was going to ask you next. So Okinawa, because I know some drivers move all around for training, and like a lot of people don't know, like Yuel's son, he's Hokkaido, but he's always down mainland. So Okinawa is where you were born?
No, Okinawa is my wife born.
Oh, wife. Oh, sorry, go in. And then where in your home? Where was your hometown?
My hometown is the other Hiroshima prefecture.
Oh, okay. I was just Hiroshima like 2 months ago, so. Really nice people there, but I'm always so my business is course performance, but I also I sell like cars too, and I export, so I'm always taking cars to Yokohama, or I sold my DR30 Skyline. I didn't want to sell, but I needed money for other stuff, so I take it all the way to Oita, near Fukuoka. Yeah, so I drive all the way Misawa there and back, so. Always driving. So yeah, I was just Osaka 3 days ago. So I'm always driving back and forth. But so do you have, so for living in America, Yoshioka-san, do you plan on staying there, forever, or is there any plans to move back to Japan to live?
For now it's no plan to move back to Japan until I get retired. So maybe 15 to 17 years maybe from now.
Okay. So I have 15 years to get the Hachioka running. It's still sitting my container. So he want to buy back, but I say no, I want to keep, because there's a lot of cars. You look Yahoo Auction, or you just driving, and I see a JGTC Supra just sitting in front of a shop, but the owner, he don't, it looks cool, he don't want to sell. And so I see many old D1 cars just sitting in a farm field, nobody using, and so I want to collect old D1 car and maybe get them
Nice.
running again. But so I'm thinking. First I was gonna put 2J, then I was thinking Beams engine, then 1UZ. So, but I think it's better to put the original. For a nice 4AG, and too much weight is going to make the car upset, and it's lightweight already. So I put a V8, or it's going to make the car. And I don't want to do that to the car. So plus that chassis has already been many small crashes already. So you don't want
many big crashes, not small.
Yeah, I see. So the car now is the person who had it. He put so now it has a left-hand drive rack on it. So was it were you changing left-hand drive, right-hand drive back and forth, or was that after you owned the car?
Oh, you talking about the
right now the car has it's the firewall. You can put the Migi Hidari handle. It can be either. You can change. So
okay.
Were you changing right hand drive or left hand drive when you headed to America? When you drive?
I stay with the left hand drive.
Oh, Honto. So now you can change handle which side you want. Just dash and steering rack and then handle. You can change side. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, Yoshioka-san, so like you got the you have kids there in America?
Yes.
So
I have 2 kids.
2 kids? So are they interested? Are they what age? Older or younger or?
They're still 5 and 3.
5 and 3.
Pretty young.
So they Kuruma Otaku that show?
They are not yet.
Yeah. I think they're gonna become.
I live in the countryside, so like a farm. So they likes to ride the tractors, not the car yet.
You show them like YouTube video of this is daddy driving, or they don't want to watch it, or?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I think they will find out they will find out that you are a legendary drifter. So maybe they don't. It's funny, kids, they don't understand your life before. They just only know now. Yeah. So I did many things in my life too, and now I live in Japan, so they only know. So now my kids, they have RX-7 or Hachidoku, and then my Ogaksan have car here that they want to see. So I bring them to the car shop, but I say don't touch. I don't want to scratch. So it's all there, but yeah, it's just again, Yoshioka-san, I know that the time is short and you have to get to work and everything, but it's just, again, I just want to let you know that a lot of you're driving, and again, a lot of the older D1 drivers, Tsuchiya-san, all these guys are, responsible for like my life and my family in Japan, because it was your inspiration, but they got me into drifting, and a lot of other people. So, do you how do you feel when people, say, Yoshioka is like one of the, best Hachiroku driver, and do you feel like normal, or do you understand you're very influential to a lot of people?
I don't know. I've been away from the drifting long time. Then, some people talk to me as a still 86 drivers, but I'm not deserving.
No. I think it's forever. I think it's I think it's you doing it so long that maybe you get in the car, you fill the car, you do 1 lap, 2 lap, and I think it's never leaving, because Tsuchiya's son is like what, maybe Nana Ju, so he's like 70 something, right? Tsuchiya's son.
Maybe.
So he's always driving car, and but he's always driving, so he's it takes time, but I think it wouldn't take long for Yoshioka or any of the older, maybe they're not driving as much, but you just get in the car and maybe muscle memory will come back. So yeah. So you living in America, but you still small body like Japanese. So you're not eating show food. That show.
Oh yeah, I don't eat the cheeseburger yet.
So what do you? So your diet is still Japanese style diet, or you?
Yeah, still Japanese food.
It's good. It's good. So for me, my wife, of course, Japanese, and so it's like a natural diet. Like I don't diet. She just, only thing is too much rice. So I can't eat right because my body's I get like fat and everything. So. But when I come back to America and I drink something, I can't drink it because now my body changed. Like it's too sweet in America now. So
yeah, good.
Yeah, so I don't eat. It's good living in Japan I feel like I can live a long time. So yeah,
you probably live there maybe forever, right?
Oh,
because you have a shop and a family.
Oh yeah. I'm not. So it's weird that we change spaces. Like being a gaijin in America and in Japan, it's a challenge if you don't want to accept Japanese way. So after I get out the military, I kind of really fighting the system of Japanese, but then. Yeah, you just have to understand, like, it's not, people like to say, like I said to you, in America we do this, but it's not America, it's Japan. So like when you go to shopping center, like in America, you buy a car, you turn the title over, sign, finish. Then in Japan, jibaiseki ininjo, joto shome, you got to do all this stuff. Then if no title, then cars can't register. No hunko stamp can't register. So many drift cars, are all shock and show me night. So drifting does so it's
different.
Paperwork, but every biggest thing with business, and it makes us like you have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, window 1, 2. So
yes,
but I've been here a long time, so I know. All right, even though I got to go to window 2 for shopping center, I always go to window 1 first and 2. Then you have to go to this window and everything. So yeah, but again, Yoshioka-san, that was, you said you're at 30 minutes, so that's 30 minutes. We just went right there. Maybe next time we can do a more longer one and talk more about drifting today and how it's changing for the future with the because they're trying to do EVs now. But I don't think personally that we can get rid of the gasoline engines. I think it's going to be around for at least the next 50 to 60 years. And I like the sound of RBs and RB, JZ, 4Gs. So Tesla don't sound cool. So yes, 4AG.
We don't know. Who knows?
4AG ITB sounds really, really good. So camshaft and everything. So, but again, Yoshioka-san, thank you for the short time. Again, it's still good. I think many of my viewers will like this. And again, later on, we'll maybe do another one, and then I'll be coming to America to do Formula Drift Pro-Am, and then other stuff there too. So maybe if we're the same area, we can meet. So
sounds good.
Yeah. So again, thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, we can meet again.
Okay. Arigatou gozaimasu. Right. Jane.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So there you have it. That was Yoshioka-san, Toshiki Yoshioka, legendary AE86 driver. We've actually been talking on and off since I got his A-Spec 86, and he had I sent him a picture of it right away. And he's like, "Oh yeah," and this was like again 2015. It was like right when I opened my shop. It was like the first months of my shop opening, and Angelo said he had the car and everything. So I sent him a picture, and we just went back and forth for chat here and there. So it was cool to have him on. Again, legend of the sport. And I was talking to my guy, man. This is going to be my thing. I try to get some modern guys on here, but honestly, man, even at short time there, he was. If you didn't realize, I had a timer right here. He was on short time, and he said he only had 30 minutes. So I kind of I had more questions, but I kind of condensed it in there. Maybe I shouldn't have talked as much, but I think it still was cool. 30 minutes is not bad. Yeah, we're gonna, like I said, he's gonna come back again, and I'm gonna try to get more OGs on here. I not trying to follow anybody else's program. Of course, I got I've been talking to Benson Sue over the last couple weeks and everything, and I heard about his podcast, and then Matt Mitchell still brought it up, and then I started benching his podcast, and I love the format, man, because memories are cool, and one thing about memories too is it does something for the brain. It unlocks things because, believe it or not, man, some people have better memory than others, but if you don't ever conjure those up or think about those, you will seriously forget them. So you can see when we were talking about different things, and he remembered 2008 is when he left, but he can't remember the exact month. My memory is kind of submitted because military movements, like it's certain things, like again, April 25th, 2006 is when I went to basic, and for some reason, I always will remember that date because it was like a critical moment in my life. The first day of basic, it changed the course of my life. And then August 1st, 2008 is when I came to Japan. You know, August 1st, believe it or not, 2012 was when I separated from the military. Crazy. I actually planned it because I was like, that's cool. Those dates you don't ever remember, but again, it's nice to do that. And then just listening to Benson's podcast, Facility Mania, which Benson will be on the podcast, him and Nadine. So that's cool to come up with. But it's just cool to hear those memories and the backstories. And like the guys said before, there was no videos, no cameras, and people were kind of living in the moment. And I think I see people reverting back to living in the moment. I personally do it. Like, I mean, when I go to the track now, all I have is this. If I pull it out, this one little GoPro. This is all I have, man. If it ain't getting a quote on this, I don't have, like, I'm just kind of done with setting up stuff and doing this and doing that. Just unload your car, warm it up, go on the track and drift. I think everybody's trying to capture media. I do it here and there, and my reasoning for doing it is to pretty much document for my kids. You know, God forbid anything happens to me, but if something happens or whatever, I'm just being real. My kids can go back and pull up 600 plus videos of their father doing cool stuff. And you guys have heard me saying this over the last few podcasts. So again, it's going to be Diane signing off from myself, Japan Pinku style. As you see right here, also got to do a shameless plug. This is the brand new PS01T01. I got to remember I got that. This is PS01TS. This is my Pinku style, my actual coilover that I developed. I've been developing it over for the last 4 months, and it's finally here. It will launch, actually, as of this video, you can launch, go on the website, check it out, see all the cars I got. And I'll make a separate video on the spill of these and everything. And yes, it's just very cool to have my own coilover, man. I never thought in a million years I'd have my own shop in Japan, be married to a Japanese wife. Crazy stuff. And now I'm holding in my hand my very own coilover. That's crazy. I mean, I remember back in the day, I couldn't even afford coilovers, so it's just damn cool, man. Just keep pushing out there, guys, making it happen. And you can't conquer the world in one day, but you can definitely chip away at it and conquer your proverbial world. So again, thank you guys for tuning in for this short podcast. It's gonna be Diane signing off from South Japan, Pinku style. See you guys later. Peace.